In today's video, I'm going to analyze random Surfskate clips off of Instagram. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris. I'm a passionate skater, surfer and surf skater, and in today's video I'm going to analyze random Surfskate clips off of Instagram. But first of all, why am I doing this? Well, ever since I made that video up here, it's linked, where I analyzed the bowl skating of Steve from the Surfskate Love YouTube channel, I had a lot of positive feedback, people liking that style of videos, so I've done it again for the frontside snap, and you can watch that video right here, and it seems like you guys are really liking that approach. Second of all, it's tremendously helpful for your own progression to see yourself on video, having that analyzed, and then know what you need to do moving forward. And why is that? Well, that's because of a simple thing called the 4 stages of competence. That's a super big concept, and I might just make a video only talking about that concept. But for now, the most important thing that you need to know, in the very first beginning, you need to go from unconscious incompetence to conscious incompetence. To throw out a quick definition of those 2 stages, the stage of the unconscious incompetence means you are doing something wrong, but you don't know that you're doing it wrong. Basically, you are a beginner. The stage that comes right after that is conscious incompetence. That means you are still doing it wrong, but you know that you are doing it wrong, and you are working on that to try and get better. And there's no easier way of finding out what you're doing wrong than looking at yourself on video, and even better, have that video analyzed by someone or even yourself. And analyzing videos is exactly what we will be doing right now. So I'll just take out the phone, go to Instagram, type in hashtag Surfskate, and find some random videos that we can analyze. Wouldn't it be amazing if I did it exactly like that? Well, it would be, like doing this full live and everything on the go. But of course that would take too much time, I would need to cut a lot. So I've already selected a few clips. I've done that search that you've just seen me do before I made that video. Selected a few clips, uploaded them to the iPad already, so we can now open them up in Coach's Eye. If that application is of interest to you, it is linked in the description down below, and you can find it on the App Store. Okay, as you can see, I already have those videos uploaded. I brought 5 clips for you. Those are 3 clips of people like doing basic turns, and then 2 more clips of bowl skating. Pulling up that first clip right here of the flat skating, practicing turns, and let me first of all show that video to you in real speed. So here we go. And you can see the point of that practice is reaching down, setting a cup down below or touching a pylon, so you get comfortable and get used to that low and crouched and compressed position that you want to have on a surf skate when doing turns. Next thing that comes to mind, now when she gets low, that position that she has right here is actually not that bad. Her shoulders are facing forward, which is a nice thing. She's opening that front shoulder up, which is very good. I would suggest bringing that back arm a little bit more around as well to make that turn, opening up your shoulders even more for those backside turns. But that's not the point right here. The problem again is in her crouching so low down. So she has her feet too closely together, and again, just like trying, as she's only going into that like squat position versus knowing what the position should be like. That should be more functional position, and I will show that to you in a second. But that's basically the problem with that. Going straight into the second clip, which seems to be her practice partner, and I give that to you in full speed as well for the first time, and we can see a similar pattern. Here you can see for that person, that girl, she's like even more focused on touching that pylon. Her overall stance, I like her overall stance way more. Both knees are facing forward, pointing forward. That's pretty well. But she's not opening up the shoulders at all. So she should really be opening up those shoulders. But because she is so focused on touching that pylon, which is probably what her coach told her, she doesn't think about it at all. She just gets low, and that results in like a low and compressed stance, but it's not a functional stance for a turn. She should be opening up those shoulders versus just reaching down, and then that would result for her in an overall better stance almost automatically. She comes out of the turn, it's good, and then as she's going into the next turn, you can see that again. She's so focused on trying to touch and reach that pylon. She goes nicely down. I like her compressed, that's all nice, but she's like almost reaching forward, which is nice to that point. But then when that turn comes, she should use her arm almost like a skier of pivoting around that and then like opening up the shoulders to go where she wants to go, looking back almost already to complete that turn. But she's like looking completely forward, the direction she's still going. So that is why I think she struggles with that turn. Excuse me for interrupting the video in that way, but you know what would really help this video getting in front of more people? If you left a like and a comment. And if you want to go all the way, it would really go a long way if you went to my Buy Me a Coffee page and considered supporting me with the equivalent amount of buying me coffee. If you don't want to do that, that's perfectly fine. It's great support that you are here watching those videos. Just leave a like and let's get back to the video. Okay, and then on to the third clip that we have of flat skating. It's just a guy going down the hill, doing some basic turns, real speed. Okay, and here we see a completely different problem. So that man is only focusing on his shoulders. He is like he's in a good stance. He's not too compressed. He's not too up straight. He's pointing where he wants to go. And you know, in surfing we always say, point where you want to go, and that's nice. It's a nice start, but like his arms are in a good position, but he's not moving his legs at all. He should be getting compressed into that turn and then like straightening the legs as he gets out of the turn before he initiates that backside turn. But he is not doing that at all. You can see that like his legs are basically staying in the same angle at all time. His legs aren't moving at all. He's basically just relying on his front side, on his shoulders. He's basically just relying on his shoulders to do the work for him, but it's not enough. Then you can see as he's now trying to initiate, his legs aren't changing at all. You can see that like it's staying in the same position where he should be like going low, coming up, and then initiating the next turn, like compressing again, coming out of that. But it's not happening at all. He's just pointing his arms, and his arms position, I give him that. His arm position is nice, but you can see he's too much focused on his arms. So it's like he's skating, he's trying to make that backside turn, and his arms go there, but it's like he doesn't know why his arms are doing that. So he should be opening up that shoulder. We had that over and over again today. But you can see he's just pointing the arms and trying wait for his arms to do the work for him. So his biggest problem is that his upper body is not talking to his lower body at all. In a perfect scenario, you turn your shoulders, which makes your hip turn as well, and your knees pointing where you want to go, and then it basically does the turn by itself. But your upper body needs to talk to your lower body. Okay, I should have an older example of me practicing turns in the flats. So let me run through that like real time for you. And for that video, I was really over exaggerating the fact, like almost twisting both my hands, like as if I was holding a handlebars to initiate that turn. Let's scrub through it. So you can see I'm like up straight, I'm compressing into the turn. So I go from like fairly straight leg to fairly compressed legs. It's kind of hard to see, but it's like this. And you can see I'm starting to look where I want to go. Both my arms are really opening up. I'm bringing the shoulder around. So if we go further into this, you can see I'm like really over exaggerating that handlebar twist. And you can see I get off center quite a bit. My arms are super open to where I want to go, which opens up my shoulders and hips. I'm already coming out of that compression a little bit, straightening more up, and I'm looking 180 degrees around to my target, which I lay down to where I want to go, which then takes me fully around before I do this like quick turn here. So that's not really important. That's not really of the matter here, but you can see now my arms 100% swing, and before I even like start that turn, like from the board wise, you can see the board is still pretty much like even pointing up like more than 180 degrees. But I'm already like, I have opened up my shoulders again, I'm ripping everything around, I'm looking 180 degrees in the other direction already before I complete that turn. That's all the videos I wanted to show to you for flat skating. So let's look into the two bowl skate clips that I brought for you. So first of all, we have this guy right here. Let me play this in real speed for you. Okay. And I want to bring up that turn right here, that turn. So he's trying to like work on his 180-degree turns and also work on finding that feeling for compression and extension, which accelerates you through the turn in the best case scenario. Okay, so you can see right here, he's extending a little bit, like not aggressively enough. And then also his shoulders are still pointing towards that bowl as where he should be opening up already to carry him through that turn. But you can see his arms are still pointing towards that wall versus opening up. That's one problem, which is why he's not getting around. And we can see that right here now. He's like almost getting stuck at the top. And it is all because he wasn't opening his arms as much as he should have. So let's watch that one more time. You can see that here. So what he should be doing is at that point right here, right now, fully extend into the turn, getting to the top where a little bit of compression comes in again, but like extend into that turn and throwing his arms around to really open up and draw that nice line. Let me show you a clip of me. And again, I'm over exaggerating that movement right here. So you can see for the purpose of this, I have my arms like back, loading up already to then be able to throw up and to the side. So let's take a look of what that looks like in real time. Okay, and then do that in a little bit more slow motion. So you can see now I am compressed. As you can see here, my arms are still loaded up, kind of. And then as we get in here, now I'm almost completely extended and I'm throwing my arms up and around. So front arm is opening up to point where we want to go, and that arm is, the back arm is basically throwing and also opening up, like giving myself the chance to make that complete. Oops, don't drop the pen. Okay, so scrubbing through that, coming in, like loading up almost as if I want to jump, and then extending, throwing my arms around, looking where I want to go, completing that turn, and right out of it nicely. Okay, and on to the second bowl clip that I have prepared for you, played in real time, as we know by now. Okay. Okay, basically the same problems we just saw. Oh, that's the one I really want to show you. So, like, first of all, she has a problem with like timing her extension correctly. So as you can see here, like the whole thing isn't really doing much for her, but now comes the turn where she times the extension correctly. Like, look at that big difference from this turn right here where nothing really happens, and right here where she does the extension at the right moment, and it like almost instantly gives her that boost of speed going because she like timed it correctly. Boom, see how much further she goes? But then again, that extension, perfect, like going from compressed here, she's super compressed, to here, almost straight legs, super nice. That was done very well. But same problem, she's not really throwing her arms enough around. So that back arm is going up nicely, that's nice, but it's only going up, it's not going around. And her front arm, we can't even see her front arm. Her front arm should be visible to us coming into the picture, like here. But she's not doing that, so she has the same problem. If we look at that in slow-mo, she gets up to the top, almost getting stuck, before she gets down again, mistiming that compression a little bit. But the point I want to make is you should really be like, that extension is perfect, but throw both those arms around to like complete that circle, make it a smooth turn. And this is all in that shoulder and arm movement. If you're throwing up that ball, it's nice, it gives you that burst of speed, but it won't help you doing that turn. So if she gets that down, that will be a sweet, sweet turn. Okay, one more time, going back to the video of me, really like only scrubbing through it, setting yourself up as if you want to jump, and then throwing everything up to get that turn complete. So That's all of the clips I have for you today. So if you want your clips analyzed, go down to the comments, let me know, and we'll find a way how you can send me your clips, or otherwise you can find me on Instagram, TikTok, or Twitter. All of those linked in the description down below. You can DM me, or you can do it super publicly and just upload your video, but tag me in that video, then I can see that video and include you in the next video. But for now, wherever you might be out there in the big wide world, I hope you are having a great day, and I will see you back here next week. Goodbye.